You paid only $1,000 for this?
I paid $1,000 for it. The mast was gone. There was a big hole in the deck where the mast was. The rainwater had poured in it for 3 years, so the engine was frozen.
Yeah.
The floorboards inside were awash. And this is what 4.5 years of hard labor and a lot of good deals. This is how it pays off.
And you have since sailed this from San Diego to here, right? And it took you 21 days. That's right.
21 days.
Hold on, Brendan. I'm doing that.
And
what was your name again?
Rocco Lombardi. Rocco the Rigger.
Rocco the Rigger. Okay, so that's rare.
I'm going to be the first guy to sail around the world by himself and not write a book about it.
Oh yeah, that's cool. that shows a lot of
something madness.
You don't
what I realized on the way over was that the border between reckless and bold is razor thin.
Yeah, there's an expression like that.
That's where I live.
That's cool. This looks like, I mean, that's crazy. You spent $1,000 because it looks like it would be like a $10,000 boat, you know.
I'd say 100,000.
Yeah, 100,000. Wow.
I had it surveyed before I left, and right now, the way it sits, it's worth 60.
Well,
I was closer.
This boat in 1985 won the Trans-Pacific race from San Francisco to Hawaii. And so it's a fairly famous boat, but as I often say, there's nothing less valuable than yesterday's race boat or race car. If it won't win anymore, nobody wants it. And they don't make, usually people don't want it as a cruiser, but it's a great cruiser.
But you sailed here from San Diego. You didn't use any gas or anything, right?
I'm sure the boat's really happy that you saved it. I mean, you gave it a chance to sail again. I mean, a lot of boats really need a good captain and a good crew to put it back together.
What's the name of your boat? Do you have a name? Prima?
It's on the stern.
Prima, okay.
Yeah, you might want to get a little shot of the stern. It'll have the hailing port and everything on it.
You're a really good sailor. Excellent work. And if you're going to do Molokai or Maui, I'll pay for half of your supplies.
Nice.
You need water?
From here I take off to the to Palmyra Atoll, which is 1,000 miles south.
Palmyra? Yeah, I've heard of it.
And from Palmyra, I'm going to Christmas in the Kiribati.
Christmas Islands.
And from Christmas, I go to Pango Pango in American Samoa. The goal is to be in Auckland for the America's Cup in 2021.
Cool. So you really are going around the world, huh?
We'll see.
I hear you have some good music playing in there. Is that so? While you're sailing in like the middle of the ocean, out in the middle of nowhere, you at least have your tunes with you?
A friend of mine gave me a little flash thing to put into the USB port.
Yeah.
With 250 hours of music on it.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty much set, right?
Yeah. I only had to listen to stuff. Only had to listen to it twice.
Yeah.
The trip took 500 hours approximately.
And you can listen to that anywhere, even in the middle of the ocean. You can listen to Pink Floyd or the Beatles or something.
I also have a little device that allows me to send and receive text in the middle of the ocean as well.
That's cool.
And it tells me where I'm at. It's a GPS.
Can you send pictures or videos?
No, it's just text.
Because it's via satellite.
Correct. But it's cool because I can talk to my friends when I felt particularly lonely or scared or whatever. I had buddies. I had a good friend in San Diego that I could talk to in the afternoon and daytime. And then in the evening, a good friend of mine has moved to Taiwan. So with the time change, he was my nighttime buddy. So I talked to him in the evening. So it wasn't like I was 100% alone. Fortunately, I had somebody to talk to.
What about the wildlife, sea life and everything? Did you get a lot of like...
I saw a couple of whales. I saw many dolphins. In fact, I had a pod of dolphins that swam with the bow wave for 90 miles with me.
Wow.
An entire day. I saw about an 18-inch tall dorsal fin, which was definitely a shark. And on the surface out in the middle of the ocean really could only be one kind of shark.
Great white.
Great white.
Wow.
They hunt from the bottom, you know, when they hunt seals, they hunt from the bottom, they dive down, then they come up and they whoo.
That's right. Exactly right.
So a lot of people...
Why do they surface with their dorsals up though?
Well, they're cruising the surface looking for something floating dead, because the general sharks, even great whites, are creatures of opportunity. They don't want to work hard. They would prefer to take something dead floating in the water,
like a big whale or something,
you know. And so they swim the surface looking for potentially an easy meal, and they travel from the California coast all the way out here to Hawaii and back.
How long does it take a shark to get here, do you think?
That's a good question.
Well, as far back to your trip though, a lot of people always say they're gonna go around the world, and you actually are doing it.
That's right.
So what's some advice that you could give people that they're always like, oh, I always dreamed of sailing around the world?
I would say a couple of things. One is you want to be prepared. You don't want to go off in a cocked hat, but if you wait until you have everything that you need to do it, you will never go. The time comes at some point where you just have to take a little bit of a leap of faith and just go for it. And I would say that it helps if you're a little crazy, so that you can get kind of underway and committed, and then you can't talk yourself out of it. So
that's cool.
When I was 1,000 miles out, I probably would have liked to have turned around, but by then I had too much invested.
Yeah.
And you're halfway there, right? So
a third of the way. It was 3,000 miles.
What's the biggest thing you think?
It's 2,300 straight.
Yeah.
But that's not how you sail.
Yeah.
I sailed 3,040 miles.
What was the biggest setback that held you back from getting started initially?
How many degrees would you have to change your course when the wind shifted on average?
Well,
what is the biggest thing that held me back?
Yeah, that held you back from getting started, that somebody else could like relate to.
I would say, if you come to this from the outside, it just looks like it's a very expensive rich man's hobby. And all the equipment, all the gear is very expensive that you need. So I think a lot of people are dissuaded when they start seeing what it's going to cost to do.
Yeah.
But all of that stuff can be done on a shoestring, because
if you put your mind to it.
You put your mind to it, and you find the deals and the bargains, and you fix the broken stuff.
Yeah.
And,
you know who I am.
Yep. And it's better because you need to be an expert with every system on your boat, because there's nobody to help you fix it.
Yeah.
I'm leaving here and going to Palmyra, where there probably won't be anybody there at all. I'm going to Christmas, where there's no facilities. Basically, this is my last opportunity to buy
anything you need.
Anything I need.
Is there a way anybody can contact you, like online on the internet? Do you have like a email?
Yep.
Or okay.
Rocco, ROCCO .rigger, RIGGER @yahoo.com. If you send me an email, I'll send you a link, and you can follow my course across the Pacific.
Awesome, that sounds good. I'll put a link to that in the description, guys. So everybody, cheer on Rocco. He's one of the few people that are actually sailing around the world. A lot of people just talk about doing things, but as Jimmy knows, certain people in this world, when they say they're going to do something, they actually go out and do it. So congratulations to Rocco on being one of the real ones. Aloha, everybody.